Hi there, I'm Christina, and thank you so much for showing up for class today. Today I'm going to show you how to use a chair to assist with standing yoga poses to help with balance. You can stay back there. So let's start class first in a standing position with your hands together at heart just to get grounded together. Take a deep breath in. Deep exhale. And you'll come facing your chair first with the seated part towards you, the back end away from you, and you want to make sure you have a chair that doesn't have wheels. You'll reach your arms overhead, and on your exhale, you'll hinge forward, and you'll place your hands on the chair, separate your feet about hips distance, maybe a little bit wider if that feels stable for you. Place your right hand on the chair, bend your right knee, bring your left hand to your left hip, twist over towards the left. And you can stay here if that feels okay. You should feel the stretch along your left side, or you can reach your left arm high if that feels okay. You're here for 2 big breaths. After your second breath, you'll lower your left hand down, bend your left knee a lot, bring your right hand to your right hip, straighten-ish your right leg, twist over towards the right. You can stay here with your hand on your hip or lift your right arm high. Take 2 big breaths. Lower your right hand to your hip if you extended. Come back through center. Place your hands on your hips. Separate your feet a little bit wider. Hinge forward even deeper and just sway from side to side. So this is like a ragdoll position, but with support of the chair. Until heel your feet a little bit closer together. Slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Walk over to the opposite side of your chair. We'll come into a warrior 2 position using the chair for a little bit extra balance support. For warrior 2, you'll bring your front foot facing forward and your back foot is parallel. Now, the position of your feet is all going to depend on the flexibility of your hips. So if your hips are a little bit tighter, then your front foot may not turn out completely forward, and that's okay. So just turn your front foot out, whatever feels more comfortable for you, and you'll bend into your right knee. And so your right knee or your front knee doesn't have to be 90-degree angle. It just needs to be to where it feels comfortable. Place your back hand onto the chair for support. Extend your front hand forward. Now, if you notice your front knee is turning in, press into the outer edge of your foot and into your big toe. Rotate that inner thigh towards the sky. And you can stay here and hold it. If you feel pretty secure in your balance, perhaps you tee out your arms. If that still feels a little bit wobbly, feel free to keep your hand on the chair. Take a couple of breaths. And then shake it out, switch sides, just turn your foot in, turn your other foot out. This time, the hand that was in the front comes onto the chair. Extend your other hand back. Bend into your knee, and you'll notice the hip one side might be a little bit tighter than the other. So find whatever feels good on this side, extend your hand back, and then just play with your balance on this side. You can either stay here, or you can play with extending your arms out. If that feels a little bit wobbly, bring your hand right back to the chair. Take a couple of breaths. And come back to center. I'm going to turn the chair in front of you. Actually, I'm going to stand away from you. This is goddess pose. For goddess pose, you're going to have your feet wide. And I'll show you facing you first. You're going to have your feet wide, toes pointed out at about 45 degrees, and you're going to bend with your knees tracking over your second toe. So I'm going to stand with the chair to the side, and you can stand fully in front of the chair. I'm going to stand to the side with my hand on the chair for support. You're going to sink down into your goddess pose, press into the outer edges of your feet so your inner thigh is open. And this is as far as you need to go. You can stay here, you can bring your hands to your heart, Hand out to the side, pull your belly button in, get tall through your spine, and this can be perfect. You can stay breathing. If you want to play with your balance a little more, you can play with lifting up a heel, lifting up the other heel. You can play with lifting up both hands. This is your practice, so wherever you want to go today. Take 2 more breaths. You might feel your thighs already burning. And slowly make your way out, shake your legs out. And the final balancing pose that we'll do today is tree pose. So with my hand on the back of the chair, I'm going to bend my left foot, or my left knee rather. I'm going to bring the bottom of my left foot to the inside of my right ankle. Right knee should have a little sneaky bend in your knee. Square your hips forward, just in that relative direction, and you can stay here. If you want to take it a little bit deeper and really play with your balance a little more, you can bring the bottom of your foot to the inside of your calf, or you can bring it all the way up to the inside of your thigh. Avoid your knee joint. You can stay here. I'm going to stay at my calf. You can bring your hands to your heart. If that feels stable, you can bring your hands to your heart, or you can stay holding on. You can also keep your foot in the tripod position on the floor. So find your favorite tree, hold it for 2 more breaths. Hug your hips in. I noticed I was sinking to my side. Then shake it out. Do the other side. So if you like, since you've been holding on with your left hand, you can switch the chair over and soft bend in your left knee. Bring the bottom of your right foot first to the tripod position. Maybe your calf, maybe a little bit higher. Find the position first. Hug your outer hip in. You can bring your hands to your heart, up to the sky. Once you feel stable, you can play with balancing in your tree. Maybe it's not today. That's what the chair is for. Take 2 more breaths. Then let it go. Shake it out. That's it. Hopefully you enjoyed your standing chair supported balance practice today. Feel free to come back to it and play with challenging yourself, or maybe you need to use the chair a little bit differently next time. But I appreciate you tuning in. Bring your hands to your heart center. Let's end with 1 breath together. Take a deep breath in. Deep exhale. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.